TVZ on dual site, Game 5, University of Regina for Jyan is the Zerg player, and University of Colorado, who is 3-0 in this division. So if they win this game, they'll be a steady 4-0 in the top of their division. But we've got the Blue Zerg Jyan spawning at the 9 o'clock position, or sorry, 9 o'clock, on the right-hand side. And we've got Shiver up, or he's going to be the Red Terran in the left-hand position. So, yeah, anyways, as I was saying, oh, do I maybe have the wrong map in mind? I do. Okay. This map, it can be really tough for Zerg to take a third. Their pretty much only chance is to take this. But what that means is they need map control over this Zelnaga Watchtower. They can choose to expand here, but then it leaves you very susceptible to drop play, because you can obviously drop here and then drop here. And it can be very, very problematic. But I won't get into that too far ahead. Okay, Shiver putting down his supply depot at his ramp, of course, to block off, just like normal. Curious to see what kind of gas timings he's going to have. A lot of players will even put down a gas before barracks in order to get your Hellions out faster. You're factoring your Hellions. Placement on that, I believe, is okay. It looks like it's off center, but it probably is fine. Okay, so Jyan here is just getting his drones out. It looks like he's going for a very fast hatch. Yes, that's not a scouting drone. That is going to be a hatch. He has scouted the Terran. His drone's in here. He knows that there's no double barracks. He sees the gas. He is absolutely fine to take a hatch first in this map. It's not very greedy. What would be greedy is if he takes 2 or 3 drones before he gets his spawning pool, but no, he's going straight for the spawning pool and then maybe towards gas, but we'll have to wait and see. A lot of players right now have been just foregoing the gas at all and just kind of using slowlings or spine crawlers to defend, but no, gas is coming down. Shiver's going to see that. He's going to look at this pool timing to make sure that Jyan wasn't greedy with his drones. Orbital command is just about to finish. 1 gas is up and fully saturated. He just about has enough gas for a factory, and he does. And here we go. It did look off. There is a gap there with that barracks. If he does not move that, he could be in trouble. Wow, my game sense is tingling. Mule's just about to die, which is... Oh, sorry, just thrown down. I'm crazy. I'm going backwards here. Bunker's going down, but I think this is going to be thwarted. The SCV looks like it was chased off. He didn't have enough with only 1 barracks. You really can't do pressure with this. I mean, he should have brought down a few more drones. Definitely should have transferred a few. He is in danger of losing 1 or 2, but really that queen is going to come out in about 30 seconds, and we won't have an issue. 2 lings are out, but, ooh, get the SCV? No. Won't get the SCV, will get the Marine. Marine just sacrificing his life. Queen's about to pop out. First queen does, I should say. Second queen about to pop out as well. Only has 1 guy on gas, and he is getting metabolic boost. So normally players take off all 3 guys from gas, and this is something I used to do back in like patch 1.2 days, was leave when I was playing Zerg. Like season 1.5, season 2, was put 1 guy on gas, and that as soon as I have 100 gas, that's when I would go for lair. And then I would, of course, saturate the rest of my gas, depending on what tech I was going to go. But anyways, that is not me. He did lift off that barracks, put down a factory, and put down a reactor. Double Hellions, dual double Hellions coming out. First pair is out, second pair is on the way, but he is supply blocked. Supply depot just about to finish, and he won't need to build that next supply depot because he is building a command center. Hellion Expand is a very, very safe build against Zerg on almost all maps. It's probably my preferable opening right now, but I don't like to stay Marine tank. I actually like to go for mech. I think mech favors players that are, Platinum Diamond and low masters more than Marine tank does, but that's a whole nother day. That's just a discussion about the gap between the divisions. Evolution Chamber going down. He's probably scared of some kind of Banshee tech. I don't think he has any knowledge of what's going on. No, he has no idea. Actually, no, he does know the command center is already built. When he poked up with those Lings, he must have just barely saw it. But he does have 6 Hellions now out on the map, and a couple players I've been seeing in the GSL lately, they're just getting like 12 Hellions and just running in and killing everything, because if you don't have enough Spine Crawlers or Roaches, everything just dies. I mean, yeah, Spine Crawlers are good, but they're not mobile. Well, they are in a sense, but not really. Speed is out, so these Lings are going to be a little troublesome for the unupgraded Hellions. They obviously don't have +1 attack or no blue flame, but now that all 6 are together, they're going to be able to cause a lot of havoc if they choose to do so. Jyan quickly putting down another Spine Crawler. I would like to see him put one up in his main as well. Just that if there's any type of drop or run by, they can kind of deal with that as quickly as possible. Macro Hatch coming up for him as well. That is very good. And he did sneak in an Overlord. It's going to get picked off, but he knows what kind of tech is coming. He sees the factory with the tech lab. He probably knows it's tanks. But, ooh, and Hellions are getting in here. They don't have a lot of kills yet, but they are getting up there now. 5 workers killed, 20 units killed in total. But he lost all those Hellions, and actually that is going to cause the units lost tab to be very, very similar. So really that was not very effective. 38 drones to 32 SCVs. He needs to pump out some more drones right now because he knows that another attack cannot come. A couple Banelings on the way. Really curious about that. Banelings are so much slower than Zerglings, so it's really for a defensive thing. I mean, why morph them into Banelings now if you're going to go on the aggressive when you could get them there faster and then morph them and be there ahead of time? But so it kind of just says to me that he's kind of wanting to be a little bit defensive with those. Of course, Hellions are light, so the Banelings do tons of damage to them. But interesting enough, he's only on 1.5 gas. His second one just got put up about 16 gas ago. And he's going for mech. Well, not mech, going for tanks. So Marine tank, counterattack coming in here from Jyan, but that's going to be pushed out quite quickly. Siege tech's only about 45% of the way done, not quite there. And the Spire just finished. 4 mutas coming out, and Jyan has complete map control. Shiver's got a Marine here, but it's going to be picked off, and then he's going to have no idea when that third base gets put down by Jyan. And judging by the mutas, what he's going to do is see if he can do some damage with those mutas, and if he can pick off some SCVs, pick off some units, maybe even pick off a tank, he's definitely going to throw a third base down. I think this is a little bit preemptive. He does not know what the Terran really has in terms of composition. He doesn't know how many tanks are there, and SCVs are coming off. He wants to do some damage with this, just 5, but it's going to be enough to repair tanks, and those Lings need to get out of there because they are not going to do damage against those Marines. They do have combat shield. Stim just started, and +1 attack just started. No creep spread here for Jyan. I think this is going to be very troublesome for him. Baneling speed is done, so they will be a little bit faster, but they'd be even more fast if the creep was around. As you can see, that little jolt of speed they get. Mute is trying to push out here. They're going to run straight into the Marines if they go that way. No, they're going to be able to pick off these tanks, and oh no, a bad positioning from Shiver gets a few of those SCVs picked off. That means those tanks cannot be repaired, but this base here is in trouble. Siege Tech is finished. If he can siege up and spread out his units, he should be in a good position. Jyan really needs to pump out some units. He's got a little bit of a bank, 400 and 500. More mutas on the way. +1 attack for the Zerglings are on the way as well. And here we go. Siege is up. The Marines are going, the Zerglings are going in. Banelings go in, trying to pick off some Marines, but they don't. Focusing them down. And I think this may be it. Shiver's attack is going to be completely thwarted. He's now down 13 supply. He does not have a third base up. I don't even think there's a command center. He's in a little bit of trouble because that push really wants to buy you time for your third base. Like he did in the last game against Pyle, as you've seen. As he was pushing out, he took his third base. In this game, he didn't. He just kept producing Marines, now, which is okay because obviously there's a Mutalist counterattack, but he really needed that third base up because he's getting low in his main. At 20 minutes, you are going to be completely mined out in your main if you have good saturation, and now Jyan's on a third base. Drone counts, 57 drones to 50 SCVs with 3 mules, though. Obviously, he fell behind, or did I miss an orbital? No, he just fell behind on his energy. Okay. Not crazy. I keep telling myself that all the time, but I think I am crazy. Okay, so +1 is about 40% of the way done, and Shiver's pushing out again. This is a desperate attempt. If he does not do damage with this attack, or enough damage with this attack, it's pretty much going to be GG. Where are those mutas? He does not have an awesome muta account. He's only got about 12, or 10, sorry, 10. Units tab, 11 mutas, 4 tanks, 46 marines. Those mutas are just going to crumble to those marines if they go anywhere near him. But he did retreat back to his base. Obviously, he just wanted to make sure that Watchtower was kind of not taken by the Zerg, or wanted to make sure that it was kind of in contention. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm on crack. But anyways, he is pushing out now once again. Stim is done. +1 is done. The tanks are unupgraded, but preemptively sieging a little bit. It's going to delay his attack, and if these mutas can come in and pick off this SCV building that command center, it's going to slow this down even more. They may be able to even force a cancel, but the siege has not commenced yet. The Marines are trying to come here and pick it off, but they're just too far away from that bunker. The construction does commence, but the Marines are dying. There's just too many mutas for the little groups of Marines to deal with it. The push is coming in. The spine crawler gets killed. It was not cancelled, but he left his tanks undefended, and a lot of the Marines, or sorry, the Zerglings and Banelings pick him off, but he's got a lot of Marines left here, and if Juan does not have some Banelings real quick, he's going to be in trouble. But if he can get this last tank, he'll be fine. Banelings are morphing. The tank is still there with just a few health. Queen, mistaken identity here, trying to come back. If these mutas would have been here, I think this attack would have been cleaned up a long time ago. That tank is going down. The third of Juan goes down, but these Marines are all dead. The Banelings connect and just shatter him. But Juan is now down in supply. It didn't cause enough damage. He did force a cancel on this base, though. Those mutas were good there. Was not able to pick off that last siege tank. But drone counts here, 54 drones to 59 SCVs. Juan definitely did lose a lot. Shiver's push was effective enough, to say the least. Shiver going for a drop as well. This will bring him back into the game even more. Now that medevacs are out on the field, it's going to make these Marines even more effective versus the mutas. So I think he's going to need to transition into something else, like infestors. He does have the infestation pit up. He does not have the hive, and he has no pathogen glands. So he's in a little bit of trouble. +1 attack and +1 armor is done. And he's taken his third and fourth base simultaneously. He must have had a little bit of a bank that he wasn't too happy with, forcing a stim out of these Marines, as his third base is just starting now. Or sorry, as Shiver's third base is just starting now. Slowly pushing with these tanks, that is what you need to do. If you try to move too quickly and if you move onto creep, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. The creep spread for Juan is really behind. If this creep was connected to his third base, this push would not be coming right now. The mutas are coming in, but the Marines are just so defended right now. There's too many of them. They are +1, or sorry, +1-1. And these tanks are in a good position, and I don't know if Juan can close this out. A couple of the tanks going down, and Muta's coming in to clean up some of the some of the Marines, but it's just not going to be enough. These Marines and Lings and Infestors need to get in there now, and the Marines all do go down, so that means these tanks are going to die. And with third and fourth base coming up, he's in a good position. But Shiver's macro is just too high right now. Of course, Juan's floating 1,700 gas. That means he just was not being very good at the economy management. And these two Thors are going to be troublesome. +1 attack is done, but armor is not, and that's what you want to get, is that armor, so that these Lings do not do as much damage. Neural Parasite is not done. This third base is going down. He's going to run these drones away, splitting the Marines. The somewhat of a magic box, not really though. They could have been a lot more spread out. As you can see, he was hold position though, and the Banelings are going to come in and clean this up. I don't think Shiver knows about the fourth base. He does not, which is a gold. The drop here is in. The tanks here, oh, that's just so many Marines. That Queen is going to go down. The tank gets out. But I don't know, the lair might go down. He's got Marines coming in now. Or, sorry, Muta's coming in now. He'll be fine. And re-pushing back up to the third base, Shiver just making sure that wasn't retaken. So because he doesn't know about that top left base, he thinks that Juan's only on 2 base. and Shiver kind of just took a commanding lead of this game. Supply 132 to 68, floating way too much gas and not enough minerals. Fungal growth going down, but no Banelings to follow up and splatter them across the map. And I think this may be it for Jyan, as these Lings and Mutas are going to be